Welcome to Codekul. It is the Gurukul for the coders, right? Today's my topic is interactivity communication. Means how two activities would be speaking with each other. So there would be one activity that would be speaking with the another activity, means we are going to achieve four things. First thing, we are going to start activity from one activity to another activity. Second, we are going to pass data from one activity to another activity. Third thing, new activity will process the data. Fourth thing, new activity will send that data back to the previous activity. So we are going to achieve these many things, right? So let's get started. Now what I'll do is that let me create one folder for you. 14 September, fine, 2016, then say interactivity communication. Okay, that would be my folder name. Let me open new project, then let me go to that thing, Codekul. Can you find Codekul? Yes, Codekul online. This, not this. Inside this we have interactivity communication. Fine, next. Then minimum SDK is ice cream sandwich, right? Then next, then select the template. So Studio gives these many templates. You can use as per your need. Google Maps activity, login activity. I would be having empty activity. Say next. Then it should generate the XML file, layout XML file. Name of my activity would be main activity and the finish. Okay, let me close earlier one, which is nothing but the simple app. Okay, let's get Gradle finished. Yes, so if you want to get my earlier videos like how to set up the Android, how to set up the Java 8, what do you mean by Gradle, how Gradle works, right? You can subscribe our channel, that is nothing but the Codekul, and you can get the benefit of earlier videos. Okay, so this is one activity. What we are going to achieve, that suppose this is one activity, this activity would be starting this activity, right? So from this activity you would be starting something called as this activity, so we'll call it as A, and this would be B, something called. Okay, let's do this thing first. So I'll go to the layout XML. Let me change linear layout, and do not forget to give the orientation. Say vertical, you can have the vertical orientation, and the button, one button, and wrap content. Instead of wrap content you can have the match parent. Text, so this is a hard-coded text. Make sure that you would be using simple value resources. In this case it is a string and btn next. Fine, so it would be giving you error, no problem. Just hit alt enter, which will give you this pop-up, and to this pop-up create it. Just hold on, yeah, create it. Name of the resource, which is nothing but the next, and say okay. So if you want to confirm that is generated or not, go to the values, go to the strings, and see btn next, that is there. Okay, next thing now. So I have created one button. Let me create one edit text, which is nothing but the text box, and say match parent. Here is the wrap content. Let me give the id at plus id, say edt, and name. So make sure that you are knowing what do you mean by id and how to provide the id and all other things. If you want to get that in detail, what do you, or how to create layout using XMLs and how to create the layouts using Java code, please subscribe the code cool so you can get the benefit of other videos. Fine. So one edit text is there and button is there and some pre-written code given to you by the studio. Don't worry on this. Fine. This will look like this. So this is a live preview. So inside live preview you might get this. So this is the edit box that we have created here, and this is the next button. On the tap of this button we are going to start new activity. Okay, as we are saying, on the tap of this button we are going to create new activity. Let me create that new activity. Just select new activity, empty activity, and you can say new activity, right? New activity. So it won't be the launcher activity because already main activity is the launcher activity. This is the layout file name and this is the package name. Once confirm this and hit the finish button, and if you want to confirm that is generated or not, just go to the manifest file and see here new activity, and all other things are very properly there. It is a help of studio, so studio is doing that thing. Okay, now after the set content view, let me provide click listener, say find view by ID. All these details I have already covered in the earlier videos, right? Just get the benefit of them by hitting subscribe button. So let me provide ID, add plus ID, and say btn, sorry, not okay, it is a next btn, that would be the next, this dot set on click listener, right? So find view by ID would be returning you view, find view by ID would be returning you view. So it is absolutely not necessary to typecast it to the button. Why? Because every view is by definition clickable. So what do you mean by view? Let me show you that. Just go to the view class and see the documentation, very precise documentation Android team has written. This class represents the building block of the user interface. A view occupies the rectangular area on the screen and responsible for drawing and the event handling. This is very important, event handling, make sure that, right? And if you go through the view class, you would be getting detailed things. See how precise they have written. Means if we are developing any codes, we also need to follow these things. Fine. So very huge class. Now find view by ID, then here let me give the anonymous inner class. So what do you mean by inner classes, right? So we have created videos on the core Java that will define inner classes, and appearance of Java 8 has changed this terminology to the lambda expressions. Fine, no problem. So find view by ID, btn next. On the click of this, right, on the click of this, you are going to start, means here it would be some object you would be creating. That object would be referring to the new activity as well as the main activity. So one object would be referring to the new activity as well as the main activity. Let's see what's that, how to do that thing. And that object is called as intent. Intent are nothing but providing your intentions to the system, are nothing but the intents. So providing your intentions to the system is nothing but the intent. Just go to the intent class and see how they are defining the intent. Let's scroll up. Yeah, an intent is an abstract description of an operation to be performed. It can be used with start activity to launch the activity. So we are looking for this. So by the definition of the intent is an abstract description of an operation. Intent is an abstract description of an operation. Let's do that. Now how this intent is going to describe something, see. So this intent would be referring, let me show you few constructor. Let's scroll it. You would be getting constructor. Can you find that? Can you find this constructor, which would be having first parameter as the context and second parameter as the class. See this thing, we are going to use this constructor. So we also need to pass first parameter as the constructor, first parameter as context, and that context is nothing but the main activity dot this. Now many of us will get the question, why main activity dot this? Remember that this much, this to this bracket, this to this bracket are nothing but one inner class is there. There is one inner class. So if you refer to it by this, it will refer to that inner class, but you need object of context. In this case, context is nothing but the activity, and that's why you need to have main activity dot this, and second information new activity dot class. So main activity dot this, it is a context. As per the constructor, it is asking you first parameter as context and second parameter as type information. See, first parameter as context, second parameter as type information. Now what do you mean by type information? See, class CLS is equals to new activity dot class. Likewise, every class extends object. What I'm saying, every class extends object, every class contains, right, object of public static final class object of class. See, public static final object of class. Every class contains one object of class. But by the way, what do you mean by class? See, it is coming from java.lang package. Can you find that? Java.lang package. Instances of the class represent the classes and interfaces in running Java application. Remember that. So it is a in-memory representation of the Java class in memory. So one class is present on the disk, dot class file would be present on the disk. Class loader will load that file into the memory, and that representation is given to you by the class. Make sure that. So that is the class, and it is not the reference to the class file. Don't make that mistake. Okay, now start activity. So this method is from context class, start activity, and you can pass object of intent, right? And you can pass object of nothing but what? Intent is equals to new intent, context, and the type information of the next activity, right? Type information of the next activity, and you fired which thing? Start activity, which will take you to this activity. Let's have some layout to this activity, and I will have linear layout once again over here. Linear layout. Why linear layout? Just for ease of arranging the elements. So I will say orientation, say vertical, and here itself I will have edit text, match parent, wrap content, and here id, add plus id, edt result. You can say edt result over here. Then hint, you can say at string edt result. That would be the hint. Let's get created, hit the alt enter on it and say result. Fine, say okay over here. Fine, now there will be one more button, say back, which will take you to the back activity button. I'm just creating the layout. We'll discuss many things. Match parent, wrap content, and ID would be add plus ID btn back. So this would be my ID. That's fine. And after that, for the text, I'll go to the string at string and btn next, sorry, btn back. So we need to generate this thing because that is not available. See, I'm strictly following the camel casing. No one is stopping you in doing that. See, back over here and say okay. Fine. So your UI will looks like this once again. Okay, then you have written this code which will take you to this code over here, right? Fine, means on the tap of on click listener, on the tap of next, this code will get executed and you will come to this page. But what about next? Next as in what? Second scenario. So we have discussed these scenarios. See, first thing, starting the activity, starting new activity. Yes, so we have achieved by this call. You can start this activity by this much code. Okay, second, sending data to new activity. How you are going to send the data to the new activity, this we'll see. Then third is nothing but getting data in new activity. Fourth, throwing data back from new activity to earlier or previous activity. Throwing data back from new activity to the previous activity. In this we have achieved this job. Now let's do this thing, sending data to new activity. Okay, every intent possesses, every intent has one data structure called as bundle. Every intent has one data structure called as bundle. Don't worry, it is not nothing fancy data structure, it is just key value pairs. If you go to the class, see, bundle extends base bundle. See, base bundle is having one array map. Can you see this thing? So it is nothing but special map which would be holding key value pairs, object, string, sorry, key would be the string, and any kind of data they can have. Fine. So this is a base bundle. And about the bundle, I'm not going in detail about the bundle, right? It is abstraction. You don't need to worry how it is happening. Just go on adding the data. Okay, now bundle can hold the primitive key value pairs as well as the serializables as well as the parcelables. So what bundle is going to hold? One thing, they are going to hold simply keys and the values. Bundles are going to hold keys and the values, keys of any type and values of, sorry, keys of string type and values of any type. Okay, see how bundle dot put extras, sorry, put string you can say. So what would be the key? Let's go with the Java standard, make it constant, key underscore my or key underscore my underscore name and its value. See, kudalkar.com, that would be the value, my name. Okay, say alt enter and create it inside main activity. Make sure that you would be using all the things of studio, all the full-fledged features of the studio, and any, say my name, no problem, that's fine, my name. So if you have added your first string over here, then one more thing, bundle dot put, you can say boolean, fine, boolean key underscore bool, that's fine, key underscore bool. Okay, then in the main activity you can have, and here you can say boolean, value would be the boolean, and this would be the key underscore bool. Okay, and true. Likewise, you can add anything that you wish to add. Fine. See, now you created intent object, you created bundle object, but still there is no relationship between them. Absolutely not. There is no relationship between them. How you are going to have the relationship between them? See, intent dot put extras, intent dot put extras, and put your bundle here. That's it. This is easy to understand. So on the click you would be creating the intent in the first scenario. In the second scenario, by passing the data, you are going to create the bundle object, right? And that bundle object you are going to insert in the intent. That's fine and easy to understand and makes logic. Okay, now same thing would be happening whenever you are going to hit what, this next button, on click method is going to get called. At that time, this let me remove this code, right? Let me remove this code and make next activity dot class. You can rewind the video and get the code, but just for looking it nice, I'm deleting that code. Fine. So intent dot put extras bundle start activity, it is going to start which activity? This activity. Okay, but how this activity will come to know that I have, or I want to get that name and I want to put inside this text box? So what business logic we are going to achieve is that pretty straight business logic. So one activity would be sending some data to the next activity. Next activity will extract that data from the bundle and show it in the result, right? And when someone will tap on the back, this result plus current time millis would be sent back to main activity. So we would be achieving this thing. Fine. So one side is ready. Now let's move to the next side. Every activity knows because of which intent I have started. Every activity knows because of which intent I have started. Means who is a responsible intent for starting me. Every intent knows that. Responsible intent is equals to, so variable name would be the responsible intent, and the get intent. Look at the call, what they are saying, what the developers are saying. Return the intent that started this activity. Return the intent that started this activity. Means every activity knows that because of which intent I have started. Okay, so it is logical. Means once you get the intent, you can get the bundle. Likewise, bundle is intent is having put method, intent should have get method. Remember that. Likewise, intent should have put method, it should have get method. Okay, so how and what we would be doing? We would be doing this. Responsible intent dot get extras. Can you see this? And it is going to return your object of bundle. See, it is going to return your object of bundle is equals to this, right? So so this bundle reference is same as this bundle reference, right? Both are referring to same, so they are referring to same. Okay, now how you would be getting, make sure that you have made it public. Yeah, both the keys are public, so you can access that keys. See how string my name string and my name is equals to bundle dot get string, and you can pass the key main activity dot key underscore my name. Nice. Then boolean, see, bool is equals to bundle dot get boolean, and key would be again main activity dot key underscore bool. Bundle dot get boolean key underscore dot bool. That's it. Fine. So bundle is equals to this. This will give you because of which intent I have started. I means this new activity, because of which this new activity is started, that is going to be get by this get intent. Okay, so if you check for the null, that would be really nice if bundle is not equals to null, right? So there won't be any scenarios. Likewise, this is bundle, there would be some data all the time bundle. If you are to the bundle, if you are coming from main activity to the new activity, if you directly starting new activity, make sure that bundle is null, right? Bundle is always null if you directly start new activity. Okay, so that's why it's good to have this check is not equals to null. Okay, if it is not equals to null, then what we are going to do, then we'll find the edit text r dot id dot edt result. Okay, convert it to edit text. Fine, I'm writing inline code, which is really good. Dot set text. What you are going to set the text, say first thing you are going to set my name and plus system dot current time millis. That's it. So we are going to do something like this. So you will assign this data to the EDD result, right? So this data is getting assigned to the EDD result. Now what should I do on the click of btn back? R dot id dot btn back dot set on click listener and say new view dot on click listener. That's it. So presently I'm not doing anything, but make sure that when someone is going to click on the back button, this method is going to get invoked, right? Now let's go back to the main activity, right? Getting the data. So we have achieved these three things. First, starting the new activity, sending the data to new activity, getting the data in new activity. Now we are looking this thing, throwing the data back from new activity to the previous activity. Okay, now if your activity, right, if your first activity is expecting some results back from next activity, you should call that activity, or you should, what you can say, you should start activity for result. Start activity for result. See here, you can pass intent, right? You can pass intent, and you can pass request code, request underscore new. So this is also Java constant. By the definition, Java constants are always public, right? They are final, they are static and written in the uppercase, separated by underscore. This is Java terminology. Request new, right? Okay, means if your this activity is expecting some results back from new activity, you should call start activity for result first thing, right? And you should override on activity result, on activity result. So see what is going to happen. This is your A activity, it is going to start the B activity. At that time this activity would be in the stop mode, right? This activity would be in the stop mode. Then this B activity will perform some work, right? And this B activity will send data back to this activity, right? And just after sending the data, this B activity will kill itself or finish itself. So again this A activity will come to the foreground because we haven't called finish anywhere over here, right? Still this activity is in the background, right? When you come back from B to A, that A activity will come to the foreground. Remember that this A activity will come to the foreground, and immediately after that this on activity result method would be getting called. So what are the parameters? We'll discuss. So what I'll do is that let me go from this to this once again, means from main to next. So let me code something over here. Okay, now whenever you are coming back from new activity to the main activity, let's this is your A sorry, this is your A activity and this is your B activity. So while going from A to B, here you created object of intent which is referring to the A as context and type information of B as this, but remember that this was the intent and intent was referring or going to the B, or this intent is responsible for creating the B. Similarly here in this case what B will do, B will create one more intent, right? This B will create one more intent, but there won't be any context and the type information of A, context of B and type information of A. No, there would be nothing. So this intent is solely used for the data transportation. So this intent is going to be used only for data transportation. So B will create object of A and this is going to be sent back to the A. So this is the last flow that we are coding now. See, this new activity will create object of intent is equals to new intent. See, so you are in the new activity now and new activity will create object of intent over here. So this intent is going to be used only for data communication or data transportation. Okay, so here also it will create one bundle, data transportation bundle is equals to new bundle, or say bundle back. I will say it should not conflict with this bundle, that's why I'll say bundle back, and this, see, bundle back dot put string, will say put string. This again create the key dot my dot key underscore my underscore result, and you can pass bundle, and you can pass over here find view by ID. I am writing in line code r dot id dot edt result, that you have set name plus time mileage. this edit text. Let me, I'm deliberately writing the inline code, which is a good habit, which is a declarative dot get text dot toString, right? Get text return object of editable. Now let's create this key over here, say alt enter over here, create the constant in the new activity, access modifier, make it public, right? Key underscore my underscore resource 4567 would be sorry key underscore result, say my result, value would be my result, like this. See, so you created the intent object, you created the bundle object, and let's put this bundle into the intent, say put extras and this bundle back. That's nice. Oh, no zero, no, this intent dot put extras bundle back. So by the definition, this intent is going to be used only for data communication purpose, right? Okay, how you are going to throw this data back? There is one method called as set result, and this method is responsible for what you can say, invoking this method over here. So this set result method will assign object of intent, right? Sorry, result code, see result underscore okay, and this intent, see this set result. So whatever you can write, there are three things, result underscore okay, see there are three constants you can provide over here, result underscore cancelled, result underscore first user, and result underscore okay. If your operation is successful, you can provide this result underscore okay. If operation succeeded, if your operation is cancelled, provide result underscore cancelled. See, start of user defined activity result, this is the first underscore user. So these three things you can pass over here, set result, result underscore okay, and the intent, and I'm calling finish over here. So this activity is going to get finished, and your control will come back from this activity to this main activity, right? Your control will come back from this activity to this activity. Okay, now what's happening in this case? So what's happening in this case, see, as the moment your control will come from this activity to this activity is in the background, it will come to the foreground by getting invoked this method. So here you would be getting request code, result code, and the data. Request code, result code, and the data. So request code you will get in same activity, result code set result will give you, right? And the data as well as set result will give you. See here, you can check it. If request code is exactly equals to request underscore new, then do this, means it. So why you are checking the request code? One activity can invoke one or more activities. So one application or one activity can invoke 2, 3, 4 activities, right? So you should come to know from which activity you are coming back, and for that intention this request code is there. Here you can check if result code is exactly equals to result underscore okay, then do this thing, right? Then do this thing, and here you would be getting the data. Once you get the intent, see it is an intent, right? And this is given to you by this set result method, and this is the same intent or intent back. This is the same intent. Okay, So here, once you get the intent, you would be getting the bundle. See, bundle back is equals to data dot get extras. See, data dot get extras. Okay, once you get the bundle, you can get it bundle back dot get string and provide the key. What's the key? Next activity, sorry, new activity dot key underscore my underscore result. So here you would be getting that result back, and you can assign it to any text view or any of the business logic that you want to do, right? Fair enough. Then see, you have this start new activity you have completed, sending data to the new activity, retrieving data back from the intent object, and sending the data back to the previous activity where you are going to use this thing. So this concept in real-time application development you use at the many places, absolutely. But where? Let me tell you one scenario. If your application needs location settings to be enabled or the disabled, right? Application settings to be enabled or the disabled, right? So you'd be opening the location activity, and from the location activity, from your activity you would be going to the location activity. On the location activity or on the settings activity, you would be making enable or disable the location. You're tapping the back and again coming to the your activity with changed data, right? With changed data in on activity result, right? So this is the simple, or you can say not complex, you can say it is a lengthy concept that we have covered, that is interactivity communication, right? Thanks all the subscribers, and keep in touch. Subscribe the Code Cool. We are going to come with the ample of examples. We are going to come ample of, what you can say, codes, concept. We are going to come to you. And thanks for watching the video, right? And thanks from Aniruddha. I am Aniruddha from the Code Cool. You would be getting many things from the Code Cool, and just subscribe the Code Cool. Thanks a lot. Yeah, if you have any questions, any problems, right, you can mail me at this thing, my email id ddha.@gmail.com, right? You can mail me your doubts and whatever over here. Fine. Thanks a lot, and bye bye.